So a goal I had this year was to learn how to convert things from The Sims 4 to The Sims 2, like I used to do way when I was like 10 or 11 years old. And this year, since it's 2025, I wanted to convert my friend Little Simsie's comfy gamer kit from The Sims 4 to The Sims 2. And I did just that. With the help of Lord Crumbs, who is a fantastic custom content creator who converts stuff from The Sims 4 to The Sims 2. And I asked him if he wanted to work on this project with me, and he said yes. He was already going to work on it anyway at some point, but he taught me a lot of his skills on how to convert things from The Sims 4 to The Sims 2. And I was like, hold on, this is actually a lot more fun than I expected to be. Because for my first two objects, it was a little bit complicated, but after the first two, I was like, hold on, this is my first time. I might literally try it again, because converting things from like a new game to an old game is like really cool. Now with this pack, everything is completely functional. The computer, the camera, the alarm clock, and everything else is basically just decor objects. But everything you need to know about this kit for The Sims 2 is all linked down below on Lord Crumb's website, which I will put it in the description as well. But essentially, it is so well done. I'm a little bit biased because I helped convert it, but Lord Crumbs did the hard work. But it is so well done because taking things from The Sims 4 to The Sims 2 of like certain objects like a stereo or an easel or a poster or a computer or whatever it is, the animations are different, the colors are different, the way the objects are different, but it's so cool on how it's done. And I'm just like, blown out the water. Like my brain cells are now multiplying by 5. I had 1 and now I have 5 brain cells. So I feel like I'm collecting infinity stones like Thanos, but in a good way instead of a bad way. But I will show you how to install the functional camera and get it to work in the game, because essentially Lord Crumbs made an override of SpringSims' camera mod. And I find it so cool that I can now use the camera that I converted and have it functional thanks to Lord Crumbs. So once you have both files downloaded on your computer, wherever they're located, mine is in my downloads folder, you'll see two files called sp58 underscore comfy gamer and epipf camera overhaul.zip. And in both these folders contain all the files you need to install into your Sims 2 game, whether it's Sims 2 Legacy Edition or Sims 2 Ultimate Collection, or even the Sims 2 CD version. They all work the exact same. But what you want to do is go ahead and extract the files wherever you have your downloads located. And in those both folders, what you'll see is all the files for both mods. In Lord Crumbs and I's collab, in this folder, you'll see all the files with every single object. LC stands for Lord Crumb and SS stands for SpringSims. So you can see that I converted very little and Lord Crumbs did the majority of the work since he's the expert. But in these folders right here, you'll see the neon lights or the neon light options and the poster options as well. And then in the choose one functional camera folder, you'll see is the two camera files, the decor version and the functional version. You can install both the functional and the decor files perfectly fine. They will work the same exact way, except one's decor and one's functional. But in the edits choose one folder, what you'll see is a cell phone version and a no cell phone version. Now, if you want to use a cell phone version, install the cell phone one. If you want to use the camera, use the no cell phone version. Now in SpringSims' folder, what you'll see is the folders that you'll need to install, the instant cameras and the normal cameras and the collection file that you need, and also these two package files that you actually don't need because Lord Crumbs overrided SpringSims' camera overhaul mod to include the functionality for our camera. So you can just go ahead and delete these two files and you'll be good to go. You can also delete all of these image files and text files, and you don't need them at all. They don't work in the game. So you can just delete those and you'll be perfectly fine. Now to install custom content and mods for The Sims 2, you need to go to your Documents EA Games folder. And in this folder, you'll probably see one or the other, whether it's the CD version, The Sims 2 Legacy Edition, or The Sims 2 Ultimate Collection. Now, I have The Sims 2 Legacy Edition and the Ultimate Collection, but if you're new to The Sims 2 and you've never played this game, you probably have The Sims 2 Legacy Edition. Now, in this folder, you will see all of these. Don't freak out, don't scream. All you gotta do is create a downloads folder and just call it downloads and you'll be good to go. And of course, in this folder, you'll see basically nothing in there. I have a lot of CCM mods already, but if you want to just go ahead and be a little bit more organized with your mods in CC, just make a new folder and call it, whatever you want, or the creator's name. So that way you have a little bit more of an understanding of who made it, where it's coming from, and in case if you want to delete it later, you know where to look for. Now for me, I'm going to be using the Sims 2 Ultimate Collection folder just because that's the version that I like playing with more. And honestly, we all know the Sims 2 Legacy has some issues, but it works the exact same way. So if you have the Legacy Edition, this path tutorial will all be the same way. So with the Sims 2 Ultimate Collection, I'm going to go to my downloads folder. And of course, I like to be organized and I have everything alphabetized just so that I know where everything is at and where. So with EpiSims' mod, I'm going to go ahead and make a new folder and call it just epi_camera. So that way I know what it is. And in this folder, what I'm going to do is literally just drag and drop the camera files into this folder right then and there, and I'm basically good to go. Now, in these folders, there are like text files that you don't really need. And there's also like image files that you don't need because the game will not recognize them at all. It's just for your eyes to preview what the cameras look like before you load into the game. Now with Lord Crumbs and Eyes collab pack that we did, I'm just gonna literally drag and drop the folder into my downloads folder because it's already categorized based on the letter. But in this folder, what I'm going to delete is I'm going to delete the cell phone version because I'm not going to use the cell phone. I'm going to use the camera. So I'm going to be keeping the no cell phone package file. So once you have all of the things installed into your game, quick and easy, you can now go ahead and load up The Sims 2, whatever version you might have. So once you have your game open and you have your mods installed, you'll see this pop up right here. Don't scream, don't freak out. You didn't do anything wrong. It's just saying that the game is recognizing customized or modified content that's enabled in your game. So don't freak out. But in order for the custom content and mods to work in your game properly, you need to click enable. And once you click enable, click OK, and then close your game and reopen it. So that way the mods and CC go in full effect. It's kind of like the Sims 4 custom content where you enable custom content and script mods, you close your game and open them and everything works. It's exact the same way, but a little bit more simplified. Don't mind this world right here. I'm practicing on how to make a custom world terrain using Sims City 4. And I feel like I've learned a little bit. I'm getting the hang of it. It's not the best, but I feel like as my first time, I did okay. I did that thing and I'll do it again eventually. But we're going to go into an actual household so I can show you all the new custom content and also the functional camera. So I'm going to be using the Traveler family as my tester family. They're actually located in the household bin, and I'm pretty sure they came with Bon Voyage, which essentially are like a whole new experience where you can travel to 3 vacation worlds or make your own custom one. But if you want to find all the objects for this lovely collab by me and Lord Crumbs, you want to go to your buy mode or press F2 on your keyboard, and you want to go down to your collections folder. And if you have the collection file in your game, you'll see the folder in here, and you'll find all the objects in the collab. And I think this is actually really cool because with the Sims 2 recoloring system, one, it costs money once you place down an object, but also it costs money to recolor an object after you place it down. 15 simoleons? That's crazy. All of my Sims are broke because of this, because I don't learn my lesson. But if you don't want to pay money to recolor an object after you place it down, you just want to go back to your buy menu, click the object that you want, and then just go ahead and cycle through the filters this way for free. But what I find so cool about The Sims 2 is that if you have like an object that has multiple swatches, like for an example, a bed, you can change the headboard, but then also the bed covers, but separately. Same goes with the cubies. You can change the top part and also the bottom part as well. So let's say, for example, I wanted to have like black cubes, but I wanted to have like a white, top part. I can have that. And I think it's so interesting that we have this capability with the Sims 2 recoloring system, where in the Sims 4, everything is all strapped in together. So that's why we have like limited swatches, but a lot of swatch variety, if that makes sense. But with the Sims 2, they were expanding the range of the recoloring system, and I just love that. And the good thing about this collab is that there are multiple slots you can place things on. So there's slots in the cubes and on top and even on the desk. And as you can see, everything is literally an exact replica from The Sims 4, but in The Sims 2. I'm gonna get a wall real quick and then place down these lovely shelving things right here so that way you can put them on the wall. Now, one thing you probably did not know about The Sims 2 is that you can raise and lower objects on the wall. So these little shelving things are actually on the floor because they're being cloned by a on-floor deco item. So with this, you can actually just press your bracket keys. Your left bracket key raises things up and your right bracket key lowers things down. So if you want to have these shelving things a little bit higher, just use your bracket keys and you'll be basically good to go. And I think it's so nice to have like that variety of putting them wherever I want. So those are the little shelving pieces. We have the chair. We have this macaroon type of chair. We also have the rug. We have the boba tea drink. We have the little pencil. We have the pencil holder. We have the open book, the Polaroids, the game controller, the pegboard. Also have the gaming console games, the desk organizer. We have the photo frame with the monkey holding the boba tea. We have the keyboard. We have the planters. We have the headphones, the magazines, and we have the computer tower, which is a decor item, and it's not functional like The Sims 4 because it's two different things. And then we have the bookcase over here. We also have the cow plant over here as well. So iconic. We love a good cow plant, don't we, in the Sims community? We really do. If you know, you know. And then of course we have the posters, and then we have the other posters. Now with this object right here, this is essentially is all of the base game posters in The Sims 4 converted to The Sims 2 that Lord Crumb had already made previously a while back ago, but included this into our collab by including the base game posters and including the collab posters as well from the kit. So you can have one or the other or both in your game, no conflict, they work exactly the same, except one has more swatches and this one just has the regular ones that we have seen before. Now the next object that we have is the camera. We have the decor camera, which is right here, and then we have the functional version of that same camera. They look exactly the same. They have all the same swatches like the Sims 4 version, as we all know, except one is decor and one is functional, which I'll show you a little bit later. And then we also have the functional alarm clock that you can use to set for the morning time if you want to. I'm going to place this right over here on this desk. And then, of course, we do have the computer, the main hub, which is 3,000 simoleons. And as you can see, everything looks exactly the same as it does in The Sims 4. Just a little bit different because this game is like 20 years old. So just so you know. But of course, it does have the same swatches. But what's really cool about this is that you can change the desk mat and the microphone and the mouse and things attached right here. And you can also change the lighting of the keyboard to whatever you want. And I think that's so cool that there are different varieties of swatches that we can choose from with the Sims 2 recoloring system. And then of course we have a candle, and then we have the UFO lamp, which I'm going to put right here, the little freezer bunny. But what's also cool about this is that you can also change the inside of the lamp and also the general like base of the lamp as well. So if you wanted a black bottom, you can have stars in there. You can have an alien. You can have a cow. You can even like attach Bella Goth if you want to. You have that functionality. And same goes with the desk organizer as well. You can change the inside of the glass or the inside content of the desk organizer. And then the fun thing about this collab is that Lord Crumbs made two different versions of the LED neon light. So with the neon light, it's a little bit more different because there's two different versions. You have a light up version that kind of illuminates whatever color the light is. So we have like a purple one, we have like a blue one, a pink one, green, and then like a yellow version, whereas this one doesn't really light up, as you can see. So this one doesn't light up, but this one does. So a few more things before I end this video. If you want to add things into the little cubies right here, you need to put them onto the right side in order for the slot to work properly. And if you want to duplicate like the same object, just hold down your shift button and just keep clicking until you have all the slots filled. But the objects that work in these little cubies are the headphones, the keyboard, the magazines, the open book, the game controller, the Polaroids, the game console things, the computer tower, the grilled cheese bookcase, pencil case, boba tea cup, and even the candle and the Polaroid camera. So basically all the smaller objects can be placed in the little cubies. Now for the shelves, you can place the same objects on them as well. You can put the cameras, there's only 2 slots on them. You can also place the boba drink, the desk organizer, the pencil case. You can place down the picture. You can even place the nice little like plant, the gnome plant, which does have another variety of swatches. So now I can finally show you all the functioning objects in The Sims 2, the camera, the alarm clock, and the computer. And with the alarm clock, there are 3 different options you can choose from based on what sim you have in your household. By default, for children, it's set for school. For like adults or teenagers who have work, things will say set for morning or set for work. You have those options, which I think is really, really nice for the basic system of alarm clocks in The Sims 2. But for the camera, what I really love about this is that you want to be able to grab the functional camera. And what it looks similar to this one, but the icon is slightly bigger than the decor object. So you want to grab the second one that's right next to the alarm clock. You'll know when you see it. But in order for the camera to work properly, you need to go to your Sims rewards little icon down here, and you'll have their inventory open, and you want to drag the camera into their inventory for the camera to be functional. So once you have the camera in your inventory, go click on your sim and click take picture, and your sim will go ahead and whip out the camera, as you can see right then and there. Of course, you can pause your game so that way you have a little bit more control. But your sim will whip out the camera. It will look exactly like this. And of course, take any photo that you want. There is no way, to my knowledge, on how to fix this right here. This is just the original UI of The Sims 2 cameras on how they work. It's weird, I know. But I like to always go into tab mode, so that way I have a little bit more control of the camera placement. But let's just take a photo of these 2 lovely people over here. We're gonna press C on our keyboard to take the photo. And once you have that and you're done, the sim will go ahead and put the camera back into their pocket, to their inventory. And what you'll see is an instant photo from that camera. And of course, the Polaroid is very, very small, so be aware of that. But you can kind of see that with this, there's like a little tint, brown, black tint around the edges of the photo. But you can also change the tint to blue, green, orange, or red, which I think is really nice, or back to clear. To have a little bit of variety, a little bit of fun with your photos. And then the last and final object with this lovely kit is the computer, which I think is the big selling point of that kit, minus everything else in between. But I feel like the computer is like really, really nice. And it's a double screen too. We're gonna use Trisha Traveler. She gets in her chair, boots up the computer, and as you can see, this is what the screen looks like. Again, it is 2 monitors put together, and you can definitely see the variety. She's playing SSX3 on this big old computer screen. Talk about high definition, you know? But with all that being said, if you do want to download this lovely CC pack for yourself, for your own Sims 2 game, I will put a link down below in the description, and also as a pinned comment to Lord Crumbs' website. And also shout out to lilsimsie, my great friend, for collaborating with the Sims team of putting that in The Sims 4, and then allowing the community to do whatever they want with putting it in The Sims 3 or The Sims 2 or even The Sims 1. Don't ask me how to do that because I have no clue. But if it wasn't for Simsie and the Sims team, we probably would have not had this kit in the different versions of the Sims franchise. But also shout out to Lord Crumbs for collaborating with me and also teaching me on how to convert things from The Sims 4 to The Sims 2 in your way, because honestly, I feel like I learned a new skill and I want to try it again eventually in the future. So thank you so much for helping me with this, and also everyone else for watching this video. But as always, let me know in the comments below of what do you think of this lovely hit collab that me and Lord Crumbs did. If you want to see more conversions from The Sims 4 to The Sims 2, let me know. I might try it with Lord Crumbs' help as well, because without him, I know nothing. But as always, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye!